And marketing is maths, right? It's all about understanding the numbers. So there's two numbers that I need you to really get clear in your mind that you need to work out in your business. The first one is the acquisition cost of a customer. Now, I'll talk about how to work that out in a second, but that's the first number. The second number is then the lifetime value of a customer for you. Okay, so how much does it cost me to get the customer? And then what is that customer worth to me over time? Now, when it comes to working out the acquisition cost is a simple mathematical formula. It's how much did I spend on that strategy and how many customers did I get? Okay, so you divide the total spend by the total customers. So let's say I ran a campaign, I spent $1,000 running that campaign and I got 10 customers. My acquisition cost per customer is $100. Okay, so the $1,000 divided by the 10. If I spend $1,000 on a campaign and I got 2 customers from that campaign, then my acquisition cost per customer is $500. I also want to think about what is my acquisition cost per lead. So I spoke about the leads I'm generating on Facebook at the moment. We spend about I think it's about $40 a day, and we get about 10, I think it's more than that, 13 leads a day, but our leads are $3 something each, okay? Not every single one of those turns into a customer. So that's my acquisition cost per lead. And what I've got to do is I've got to work out how much am I prepared to pay per lead, and then how much am I prepared to pay per customer. And so a good way to think about this before you start your marketing plan is to ask yourself, if someone was just going to give me customers, how much would I be prepared to pay them? Okay, so the best way to work that out is to know what your lifetime value is. Okay, so because it's no good paying more than the lifetime value of your customer. Let's say that Nadia is in accounting, right? So Nadia, I'm going to assume your annual fee for an accounting client that's in small business might be about $3,000 a year, and they might stay with you for 5 years. Let's say that's $15,000. Well, you've got to then say to yourself, how much am I prepared to invest to buy that customer? If the lifetime value of that customer is $15,000 and I might have a cost of sale, so my cost of delivering to that customer might be half of that, right? It might be 50%. So that leaves me with a GP of $7,500. Well, then I've got to say, well, how much of that am I prepared to spend on acquiring the customer? I might say, you know what, I'm prepared to spend $750, so 10% of my GP. So that leads you back to then understanding what I'm prepared to pay to acquire the client, okay? Now, if your acquisition cost is $750, if that's what you're prepared to pay per customer, and your conversion rate is, let's say it's 10% from the leads that you receive on average, well, then that means your lead acquisition cost has got to be $75 or better, okay? So it's all maths. It's just knowing the numbers. And so when you put your strategies together and when you're working this out, you want to know what your benchmark is or what your target is for acquisition cost. Because this is a big trap for so many people. They just go spending money willy-nilly without thinking about what's my acquisition cost. And there's so many different ways you can spend your money now, whether it's Google AdWords, it's Facebook or Instagram marketing, it's LinkedIn advertising, there's still radio, there's still billboards, there's still all that traditional marketing. It could be direct mail. That direct mail is making a comeback, by the way, because not many people are sending it anymore. So if you've got a customer database, think about maybe writing a direct mail piece, sending something in the mail to them with an offer to buy more from you, or educating them as to what else is available, because people are responding to that. We're seeing response rates going up. Email is getting tougher because more and more email is going into spam folders. And we saw before, people get an average of 77 emails a day. How many letters do you get in your letterbox a day? Nowhere near that, right? So, as you do your marketing, think about it. And yeah, definitely investing. I always think with acquisition costs, investing in something like direct mail is definitely going to be a higher investment than sending an email. However, your acquisition cost might be lower. And that might be because the response rate is better. Who knows, right? The open rate's definitely higher. You're going to get more of your direct mail opened than you will your emails. I can guarantee it.